All right, my friend, not gonna waste your time. Let's just get straight to it. So the first tip, the first way you can instantly improve your mood, grab your phone and call your friends. This is something that I do oftentimes. I literally did it yesterday. I remember I was sitting at school and it was a pretty daunting day. I had like 2 exams and overall I didn't want to be here. You know this feeling when you're just like sitting there, you're doing some boring English task. Like, I'm sorry, but I'm dead in the English class. I'm just like, respectfully, right? And as I'm just sitting there, like all I can think about is the workout that I'm gonna hit at the gym. And I'm just sitting there so like out of energy. And by the time I actually made it to the gym, turns out, even though I met my friends there, the workout itself was pretty shit. Not gonna lie, it was pretty bad. I felt like I wasn't pushing myself outside of my comfort zone that much. That's the general thing, right? So when I came back home, I still had like this negative energy, right? I still felt a little bit daunted, still felt a little bit empty, right? So as I was sitting in front of my desk, just doing my work, nothing much, I get a call from my friend. Because like he needed advice on something. He needed me to like help him out. So that's what I do. We talk for like 30 minutes. Then he calls me again for like another 30 minutes. And I was just thinking to myself, fuck it, okay, let's just call everybody on the group chat. So I call everybody on the group chat, and I swear to gosh, it was such a nice conversation, right? Obviously, I'm not gonna tell you what we're talking about because that's like personal, but I remember by the time I turned off the camera, as soon as I was about to get back into work, like I couldn't help but just smile. My mood improved so significantly, purely because of this one simple interaction, right? Because the one thing you need to realize is that the more power you give those negative thoughts, the more you start to take over, the more you embrace them. It's like when you get into a bad mood, the more you sit there and you just indulge in it, the more you repeat to yourself that, oh, I'm so sad, oh, this and that. You're just growing the bubble bigger and bigger and bigger. This is not helping you at all. You're only making it take up more space in your mind. So why empower those thoughts? You're better off directing your focus onto something else that actually benefits you, that actually puts you in a flow state. And talking to people is a great way to do it, right? Now, the reason why I said call your friends is because you can't always meet up with them. But if you're gonna call at least 5 people, I believe at least one of them will respond, right? They're friends. But that's on you. Tip number two. This is the one thing that I personally like. This is the one trait that I don't think anybody talks about. This is the one activity that I kind of came up with. Like, it's not that creative, but it's just something that I started doing on my own. And ever since I've done it, it's been doing wonders for me. So what I used to do throughout the entirety of summer, it's kind of like a combo in which I'd hop on my bike, I would just cycle through forests for as far as I can go, as far as I'll feel like, and I'll pull out my journal and I'm gonna just start writing. Just getting all of the thoughts out of my head, right? The nature plus journaling combo is insane. It's literally like combining a hook to the head with like a body shot to the liver or like the solar plexus. It's literally that good. Now, I get it. If you're watching this, you're most likely in winter because it's January at the time I'm recording. 31st of January, actually. So it's almost February. The weather is not the nicest, right? But you can use these individually, right? So you're kind of, how do I say this? The tip that I gave you is like killing 2 birds with 1 stone, right? But you can kill each bird individually. So what I often do is when it's snowing, like I'll just go outside. Just like enjoy the snow, enjoy the weather. And if I can, then I'll just sit in my home and journal. What matters is you spent a little bit of your time by yourself. Trust me. I think I'm going to make a whole video on being by yourself because this topic is so significant. The relationship with yourself should be treated like a relationship with everybody else because you are the only person who you'll always have by your side, regardless what you go through. You can't get rid of him. So if your relationship with that person up there, it's not gonna be right, if your brain's gonna constantly come up with negative thoughts, it's hard, isn't it? I've been there, you've probably been there. It's not a pleasant feeling. So when you take the time to spend, when you just spend some time with yourself, as if you would with any other friend, that bond increases. That's when your mind actually starts to come up with positive thoughts, right? But yeah, that's pretty much it for that tip. Not gonna lie, you know. If you can and the weather lets you, just hop on a bike or just walk outside. If you're into walking, walking's totally fine. Just go out in nature, grab your notebook, and just destimulate. Journaling is another great way to just get your mind out of this overthinking state. We like to think that the overthinking part is what's actually good, but in reality, most of the time it's just what causes us to indulge in those thoughts even more. This state of our mind in which we are thinking. When we're in the process of thinking, right? When we're not present, that's when most of the time nothing good happens, right? Of course there can be, but when you think about it, journaling is just downright better. Because first things first, you are in a flow state because your mind just, maybe it's just me, right? But when I'm writing something, my mind just automatically like flips. It just flips the switch. And it's not like you're focused on the overthinking. Your brain focuses on whatever it prints out. Therefore, it's much easier for you to focus on getting rid of the overthinking. At least that's what works for me, right? But the third tip, wait, what the fuck? Oh. Don't mind me just casually checking the script through the video, right? Like, we're friends, right? We're friends, so it's cool. I don't have to like make the cut. I don't have to cut every time like my eyes roll off, right? I think we can. I think we're cool enough for me to like not do that, right? Let's just like keep it as friends, right? But the last tip for today, one of the best ways to just get yourself out of this negative mood. If you have a big ego and high ambitions, you're really gonna like this one because you're gonna hate it. You're gonna hate it. Do something that you genuinely find difficult. Me personally, I'm a very ambitious person, you know? It's hard for me to talk about my plans after high school, right? Because I don't really share that much about my YouTube channel, right? But the people that know about my YouTube, it's like they know I'm ambitious. Like I'm ambitious as fuck. I want to make a shit ton of money pretty soon, as soon as I can, right? I'm just keeping it real with you. And when I'm not doing something that gets me closer to my goals, it just causes this unnatural feeling deep down. It just makes me feel not right. It doesn't sit right with my spirit, right? Now, it's not like I never take the time to have fun, right? That's a completely different thing, but I don't like to just casually sit down and just play video games. Like I'm kind of past that. Nowadays, every time I do sit down, just like try to play a video game, it happens so rarely. I don't think it has started. It definitely hasn't started since the beginning of 2025. It's been way longer than that. But yeah, honestly, it's when you do something that is just truly difficult. It's like when you see that task and you get this mental barrier, this wall, where it's like you don't want to do it. That's when you gotta like push through the damn wall. That's when you go out there and you actually do that task, right? Because the less you want to do something, and the more like restricted you feel while you're doing it, the bigger the reward. It's literally like in a video game, right? I love explaining stuff in video games because they're so easy to understand. The more difficult the boss is, guess what? The more XP you get after you kill it. It's this simple. There really isn't a different way to overcomplicate it. It's as simple as it can get. Do something that's difficult. Get your mind in this like almost anxious state where you like don't want to do that thing. But by the time you actually do it, that's when that's when your mind rewards you, right? Our minds are so, I'm just gonna say, our minds are so stupid. Like we can think of anything we want right now, but we strongly believe that we need an outside stimulus for us to get into a particular mindset. And we all work like this. I work like this, you work like this. If a certain person walks up to you, nothing happens. But if your crush walks up to you, oh, you get like this effect, right? Both are human. But the way our mind perceives certain things gives a completely different reaction. That's what I've always found so interesting about the human brain. I'm kind of getting motivated to study psychology because that was kind of the plan after uni. But not gonna lie, I'm kind of too dumb for any major universities, right? I'm probably gonna study private, but that's my business, right? We will see. We will see. Perhaps YouTube will finally blow up and I'll become a billionaire. You never know. You never know, you know? It's just the beauty of this work. You never know what's gonna happen. It's the best and the worst part at the same time. But I'm kind of going off track, right? So I don't want to waste your time. You know, I really hope that these few tips helped you out. This is my cat. We're doing real good. For those wondering, I actually woke up at 5 a.m. today. This is, it's 6:50. Been working for a solid over an hour for sure. It's been around 1.5 hours. We're doing really good. It's only the beginning. I'm going to have to go to school, then I'm going to have to do some other shit. But yeah, your time's very valuable. Therefore, I'm not going to take any more away of you. If you found value in this one, then it's great, whatever. And if you want to talk to me directly whilst hanging around a community that actually understands your issues, join my Discord server. I would be delighted to talk to you in person. I don't know why I want to say in person, right? But I would be delighted to talk to you on camera. In person, too. Why not? Maybe one day. But yeah, you can click all the videos if you want to. You can subscribe as well. That would genuinely mean a lot to me. And hopefully, I'll see you in the next video. So keep working, brother, and take care.